And we're back again on the road towards the mountain pass, and I've had a bit of time to go away and look at what's coming up ahead. Not that I'm not aware of what the Githyanki Creche is, I've done it before on honor mode, but that was with 4 people. It was with 4 people in poor planning, I'll say. So this time it's 2 people in better planning. We'll see if the better planning comes into any effect though. I think it said that there's the option to get the Blood of Lathander without having to take on the kind of final fight. Hold on, this is weird. I'll continue what I'm saying then and we'll have a look and see what's happened here. So you can get the Blood of Lathander without having to take on the final fight in the Githyanki Creche, and if any of you have done that you'll know what that is, and you'll know that it's quite difficult. So if that's an option, that's what I'm going to do, because I don't care about the Githyanki Creche. Like, me and Shadowheart, we don't believe that the Githyanki have the solution. If any of you have played the game before, you'll know that there's a lot of debate between Shadowheart and Lae'zel about the Githyanki being the solution. Of course, Lae'zel is Githyanki. You can see her off there in the background fighting the dummy mind flare that she has. But she thinks that the Zaith'isk is the solution, and that's how we'll cure ourselves of the mind flare parasite. And Shadowheart's like, you can never trust the Githyanki. You know, a lot of racism in this game, riddled throughout in many different forms, like the way that people talk about the Drow, for example. Yeah, so I support the opinion of Shadowheart. Of course, you know, she's the companion I'm taking out in this playthrough, and she is also Bunda's partner in this playthrough. So neither of us think that they're the solution, so neither of us are going to really hold much credence to what they have to say. I intend to entertain their discussion as little as possible. I'm going to go in there, get what I can, and get out. And there's 2 things we need: the Blood of Lathander, which is a whole quest line throughout that area, and then the Gloves of Dexterity, which you can buy, sell, steal off of one of the vendors in the Githyanki Creche. So that should be quite straightforward to get to. So I think it's taking me here. It said, like, make sure to tie up loose ends before progressing. So I think it's taking me here because of Karlach.
Hey, soldier. We've got a long way ahead of us, and there's something I want to tell you. But don't worry, it's nothing bad. Well, depending. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Thing's been running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I've been making the most of the extra heat. But it's meant I can't get too friendly. If I'm excited, nervous, scared, I'll light you up like a firework.
You have a mechanic for your heart?
Wild, right? And, believe it or not, I'm one of Zariel's least mutilated pets. I'll tell you the story, but I really need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip they'd met an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. But I didn't see him anywhere.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for someone like that.
Thanking you. A tune-up would give this rust box of mine a new lease of life.
Yeah, so I never really had any intention of doing the side quests for a lot of the main characters. I did, of course, plan to take on the fight with Cazador, which would involve Astarion, but you can do that without bringing him out. So, I might bring Karlach out if we get to the last light in, swap her out with Shadowheart, and we can see where that goes. So, is it asking me to long rest? Is that... It must be wanting to prompt something here in our sleep. No, I'm lost. It'll let me leave camp now. Okay. And now it's taking me into the mountain pass. Why did it do that? It normally says the area you're entering into is quite a difficult area. You might not be high enough level for that. Maybe reconsider. But that just took me to camp, made me long rest. I don't think he even charged me for the long rest, unless it done it in the background. Okay. I'd have been annoyed if I'd taken a potion or something. I know that there are various points in the game that you can't get past without taking a long rest. Because some people who do the challenge where it's like solo run, no long resting, no short resting, no respecing, all these kind of things that you can put on the game to make it harder. Yeah, and I know that they obviously have to forgo that part where they say, well, we won't long rest, because there are various points that you will actually have to long rest. So, I didn't think that was one of them. Was the long and short of what I was trying to say there. I have realised from watching back some of the episodes that I say things sometimes, and I know what I'm saying, maybe sometimes what I'm hinting at, alluding to, but I think back and I'm like, yeah, nobody else would have got that. That's a wee story in your own mind you've had there, Scott, and no one else got it. For example, the Grim fight happened quite recently. I was watching back that episode just to see if there was any issues with it, and I was talking about Plan B, right? I never once sat and explained Plan B until the fight was basically over. And so you would have all been just left in the dark like, oh, I wonder what Plan B is, and why does Scott think that that's definitely what's going to happen here? Yeah. I'm sorry, that's all I can say. Sorry for being so vague and mysterious. I'll try and explain myself better in the future. Right, these guys, I don't like these guys, so I'm not going to fight them straight up yet. I'll leave them there just now. Plan is to head down to this lady here. I don't think I need the grace cloth or something it's called. But I'll still speak with this lady.
Ah, a friendly face. Oh, you are a sweet, sweet blessing, my dear. You know, I've had nothing but trouble all day. I've been accosted, chased, insulted. Look over there. Do you see that wretched little hive?
It's a Lanthidarian monastery? A site of pilgrimage? How is it wretched?
Oh, I mean no offense to the Morning Lord. I simply prefer when his monasteries aren't overrun with brutish, stupid, rude Githyanki. They have the audacity to call that hole a creche, as if it weren't actually a murderous training camp. Honestly, I was doing them a favor offering to buy one of their eggs. And how am I repaid? Attacked and run off like some transient.
Why would you want one of their eggs?
The Society of Brilliance asked me to acquire one of their roe so they can incubate it and, once it hatches, raise the spawn in their tradition. The Society believes a Githyanki raised in a peaceful, nurturing environment can overcome its violent nature. Hogwash, of course. A Githyanki can no more rise above its nature than gnomes can fly.
You know, it is one of the key features about this game that I think makes it so strong in its writing, is that it actually does deal with the issues of the real world that we would come to know, that we do know, that we understand, that we live in. And it manages to frame it in such a way that it almost seems foreign and alien, but it's still very important issues that we want to discuss on a day-to-day basis. For example, there you have two that I can draw out. There's probably more underlying, but you've got nature versus nurture, and then you've also got the idea of whether one race is inherently more violent than the other. You know, like you go back 50, 60, 70 years or whatever like that, people would believe that you know, like there's certain races that, I mean, I say 56, 7 years, people still believe this, right? Like, but that there is anger attributed to race. Nature versus nurture, that's still something that's undecided yet. Is it in someone's nature to be aggressive, or is it through like nature meaning like DNA? You know, is it something genetic inside you that leads you to a predisposition towards aggression, or is it something that's just brought about in your upbringing, that your personality's formed off of like the 5 major factors or whatever? So I really love the game for that, and that it just drops it in there. And this is a character you could miss so easily. She's just off the beaten path, because you would normally head down and just run straight. I've doubled back on myself to get to this character, and she raises all these, like, you know, quite interesting questions. Some of them that you're just like, yeah, it's obviously not in the Githyanki's nature to be like that. It's to do with the training that they're undergoing, and if you've been to the Githyanki Creche, we're going to head there soon, you'll see that it's a violent upbringing that they get, and it's no wonder that you meet a character like Lae'zel, and she is the way that she is, but she can soften, and you can see that as the game develops. If you take Lae'zel out around with you, is that she is a character that will soften eventually. I say will soften, depends on the playthrough that you're doing. You know, she might end up just becoming more violent and brutish, or she might leave your camp because she doesn't support the way that you've gone about trying to soften her up. So, yeah, that's my wee 5-minute ramble for now. But I just like there are various other points throughout the game that these side characters will throw in that type of philosophical question for you to sit and mince around a wee bit. And it's good. I do plan to help the Society of Brilliance, because if you remember in the Underdark, there was Omelium. Yeah, I'm gonna get his name right. Omelum. And the other guy, I can't remember his name, but he was from the Society of Brilliance. So I feel like, given that they were guys that were trying to help us, we've done a bit of trade with them. I think I'm looking at the Society of Brilliance as good people. I have played on later in the story, but I you know, I'll see if I can help them out here. So let's actually read our options here. Yeah, violence is taught, not inherited. You don't need to steal a child to know that. That would be what I believe, and I think that would be what Bunda would believe, especially being a monk, with his kind of teachings and upbringing, being one with nature and whatnot. Yeah.
You've been sipping from the same goblet as the Society.
Excuse me.
Perhaps you'd be willing to help then, to prove your point. They may have chased me away, but surely the Gith would welcome a person with such sympathetic views to their creche. And once inside, you could simply purloin an egg. You'll be well compensated, of course. Just bring me an egg.
Just looking up that word there. Purloin, steal, just means steal. It says it's formal and humorous. It's a verb that is both formal and humorous. That's quite interesting. Obviously, context, I could guess that's what she meant, but I just hadn't heard that word before. Yeah, sounds good. I'm in. Or actually, fine. But I want payment up front, just in case we fail. Yeah. It's a high roll. Oh, we got yes! We got it. Nice one.
I suppose there is a reason I'm asking you to do it. Very well. Here's the money. Now, I expect a speedy delivery.
433 gold. Nice one. Right, let's talk and have a trade.
I trust that an early payment has ensured swift action. Very well. But I'll make note of how much time you waste trawling through baubles.
Calm down. I'm here to help. So we'll use the money she's just gave us to buy some healing potions. buy a camp supply pack since we are profitable with money. So yes, this is the graceful cloth. This is used in quite a lot of builds, and it might be something I want for Bunda right now. So it's you gain Cat's Grace and increase your dexterity score by 2 to a maximum of 20. I think we're at 17, 18 maybe if it was the hag. I think I used the hag's hair on Bunda. Nimble as a cat, you gain a +1 bonus to dexterity saving throws, and also your jump distance increases by 1.5 meter. So that is a very useful piece of equipment. And I think, well, she's going to charge me. It says its value is 1,000, but she's charging me nearly 3 grand for it. We don't have that kind of cash. Boots of elemental momentum. It's not really going to be helping us. Unarmed attacks deal an additional 1d4 here. That would be good for now, but obviously we are going to get more powerful gloves. What are the gloves I plan to get for Bunda? Hold on a second, I just want to check my notes. Because are these maybe better? And if I don't get it till Act 3... Oh, the flawed hell dust gloves, yeah. And then braces of defense can be used in the meantime. So I'll get the flawed hell dust gloves at the last line, which is the beginning of Act 2. I'll leave it. Oh, will I leave it? Ah, because I'm going into the Githyanki Creche and any additional damage. How much is she actually going to charge me for it? It's like nearly 700 or something. It just depends on whether or not I'm going to steal the gloves of dexterity. Or can I maybe steal from her? I'm waffling some amount here. I don't have anything to sell per se. Yeah, no, not really. I recently done that, I'm sure. Right, 258 coin. Going your way for some healing and some supplies.
Happy, are we? Very well, then.
And then what we'll do is we'll split off from Shadowheart. Oh, sorry. Oh no. Why are you sneaking around? No reason. Get her to turn away, hopefully.
This calls for careful footwork. Alright, time to skulk about.
Right, turn-based mode. Go up for a pickpocket. Excuse me. So that's a 25, we're not doing that. 15's even too high, to be honest. Like I say, I do want to try and see this quest line through to see where we can go with it. Yeah, it's way too high. Okay.
Let's move.
Let's get moving. So, there are two options for the route that you take. You can go around this way. You can call the cable car. Okay.
Damn. Completely stuck.
So you can take that route.
And
And I probably could have passed that skill check if I tried hard enough. But I'm going to take the other route, as I believe there are creatures that we can speak to. Different things we can pick up. Obviously here, for example, there are items to collect, healing and arrows. Wonder what that roaring is. Right, I need to watch so there are traps.
Everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine.
My faith protects me. Trap.
Is that the only trap? Come on.
Best avoid that trap.
Okay. Let's maybe get Bunda to disarm it.
Never hurt.
I have to survive this.
Oh no.
Is that blood?
Send Bunda
No,
back.
Never mind.
Shadowheart forward, but off to the side. There we go. We're all good.
Alright, what now?
Follow the same path there, Bunda. Okay.
Never a
Let's
dull
get us
moment.
back together. Let's do speak with animals. And let's have a chat.
I've got nothing left to take, so you might as well shove off.
I'm not here to take. I'm looking for a Githyanki creche. Have you seen one?
Do I look like a bloody tour guide? All I know is the roof's the best nest spot on the whole Chionfa. I got there first too, before the thieves showed up.
Thieves? And what did they steal?
Steal? Eagles are bigger. They just take. Nest, prey, everything. That's how it works here.
Can't help but notice you have a nest right there.
Oh, sure, a nest. But it's not my nest. That's up on the roof with the eagles. Eagles are pricks.
His voice reminds me of, if you've ever watched The Life of Brian, the prisoner that's in the jail cell with Brian when he's on his way to crucifixion. And Brian comes in complaining and that's when he gets spat on the face and he's like, "Oh, what I wouldn't give to be spat on in the face." His voice acting sounds very similar to that guy. And I appreciate it. Look, I'll fight the eagles for you. I'll get your nest back.
You? Kill an eagle? But if you think you can, then please kill the eagles. They're the worst.
Look, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. I'll keep an eye on the roof. Rude bastards, those eagles. Deserve a little comeuppance.
Quite a rude wee blue jay. Here I am offering help and he laughs in my face. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay. Yeah, so there should be a survival check here. Fail. Again, if you fail survival checks, you grab your shovel. You dig roughly in the spot you believe the check to be. And you'll find the chest every time. A lot of gold in a goblet. Nice one. So, there are two routes that I said that you can come down. The other one with the wee gondola thing, it'll take you down to this position here. Alright, so you don't miss too much. You would just miss that blue jay and a couple of camp supplies and some stuff. It's a nice scenic route coming down that way. You do get a good view of the monastery, but you can also just do this and explore around the monastery before you get to it. You want to make sure that you discover this waypoint here. I don't think there's anything up this ledge. It can lead you towards the second level of the monastery. You can skip past the first area. I would not recommend it, because in through that wooden crack in the wall, it's quite a tough wee fight. I wouldn't recommend, especially if it's your first time coming here. Honestly, see if you're a first time playing this game, and I'm saying this really late, like 28 episodes in, save as often as you can. Anytime you're walking into a new area, make a save. Because like this, I'm about to get slapped by a cutscene. The game's saved for me, because it knows. Yeah, here we go.
That's enough. On your feet.
Where are you taking us?
If this is about that weapon your friend was talking about, we don't have it and we don't know shit about it.
Silence! Move!
No. No, I'm not going in there. I won't.
Anyone want to join her? As I thought. Through the doors. Now! The captain is expecting you.
I don't believe there is any way to help that person in that moment. I believe this is all predetermined.
Aren't fond of the cultists. Could be a good thing.
Yeah, so, like I said, there is the way into the second floor window. There's also these routes here that you can use to climb up to get up onto the kind of lower section of the roof. I believe you can lockpick this door.
Within the artifact, a feeling stirs. Uncertainty.
Yeah, so the artifact's telling us shouldn't be here.
Your curiosity is getting the better of you. Do not let it.
What do you mean?
Stay away from the Githyanki.
It's not possible.
They're hunting you. They want the artifact. They'll stop at nothing to take it from you.
So there's the warning from the Dream Visitor. Stay away from the Githyanki. That's like Lae'zel said in the fight with Shadowheart, is that she's stolen a Githyanki relic, and it does belong to the Githyanki. Also, actually, I'll hold my tongue on that comment. It's a bit of a spoiler. Yeah. So this wee guy, the kobold, has just stumbled into this room drunk and fallen asleep. If you remember, anyone that's within 1.5 meters attacking someone who's sleeping will instantly crit, so this might not kill him actually. I'll just do a ranged attack there. Bang. He's not dead, he's got 2 health. Oh well. Either way, he's dead. There we go.
Where do I go from here?
And let's do. We've got Alchemist Fire. We should do. I don't think I've thrown an Alchemist Fire in donkeys. Yeah, there we go. Let me move to about there. Throw. Excuse me. Alchemist Fire. So that's going to hit the Firewind barrel, which should start blowing things up in there. I've just missed it, haven't I? No, I haven't. Cool. Yeah. Yeah! Fuck it. Voice crack. I'll step to there, because they're surprised in there, so some of them won't be able to fight. Here we go, they're taking some damage. Now, Shadowheart's going to be big on this fight. We want to form a choke point to have them all run through. The plan is I'm going to put Shadowheart, I'll position her about here, so she's going to activate Spirit Guardians. Do they have a weakness to anything? I don't think they do. No. So we're just going to Spirit Guardians. We'll activate that. Step Shadowheart over to here. That hits one of them. And then we'll end our turn.
Right, let's go.
For Bunda, I'm just going to punch this guy. There we go. Close that door. And then back off all the way around to about here. And end turn. And let them all come into us now. Because they're all going to take damage on Shadowheart. If they have to dash, excellent. Why is it zooming out so much? There we go. Damage, 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 damage. Some of them saved. More damage. Look at them all. Yes. Now we're just going to step forward into there. That's almost all of them now. Let's cast this. You're almost gone.
Well, so much for peace.
Ranged attack on you. punch you. There's one left. He's all the way over there. I'll let him dash over to us. There are still some sleeping in the barrows, but I wouldn't worry about any of them.
No choice but to keep going. I'll strike you down.
There we go. That's why Shadows. That's why Shadowheart's so critical for the what would you call them? Busier fights with a lot of people in them. Yeah, you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, it's up there. Oh, he's not in there?
Breathe deep and move.
Am I killing them? Like, how? Where are they? I know there's spare ones sitting somewhere about. Oh, there they are, right, okay. They just need to roll initiative to join the fight. I'll let him take a... Oh yeah, go for that. Doesn't work. Nice one, Shadowheart. I swear that barely ever works. Warding Flare. This one's called Improved Warding Flare, which just feels like an even bigger lie you're telling me.
Can't give up.
And he pops now. No? Yeah. Change to Shadowheart, walk forward. There, gone. Another one's in there. And check these.
Can't give up. Not now.
That should be us. That should be all of them. So I'm going to stand about right now. Let everything cool down in this room. And we can do a bit of looting. Get these trunks right now since they're next to us. Absolutely nothing. I don't know if any of the kobolds actually have anything good on them. I think it is just all like daggers and armor. Maybe like a couple of them have got some
Should get some rest.
alcohol on
I
them.
need to keep sharp.
Why are you saying that? You've only used one spell.
And these things have stayed interesting.
Oh, I wonder actually. Right, let me see. There was that piece of equipment. I think it was an amulet that we got with some kind of restoration on it. Let me have a look for it. Okay, maybe it wasn't a necklace. Was it perhaps a ring? No. What was it? Boots? Am I going completely insane? Or did I maybe just see it as a thing to buy and never took up the offer? That sounds possible, because I've seen a few things now that I've thought about buying. There was something and I wasn't sure if it was like spell restoration is what it was offering, or something else entirely. Oh, no. No. I don't know what I was seeing. Who knows? I'm going crazy. Switch back to Bunda. We'll just do a wee quick scan of some of the kobolds. I get the feeling... Yeah, it's just going to be alcohol. Yeah, I'll leave it. Not going to go that deep. It's not like we're struggling for much right now. Cash, maybe. So we can stealth around the outside of the building here and come back onto it. There we go. Sorry.
That might be worth it.
I don't know why that needs a perception check to say break this barricade. It's hardly doing anything. Have we used anything? No. Right, let's just stand right next to each other
My faith will guide me.
and throw
Let's get going.
a potion of healing down on both of us next to each other. There we go. Gets us both almost back up to full. So we're gonna go and help the blue jay. Oh, there's a wee. I never knew about that, or maybe I did. I just forgot. Probably did and just forgot. We're gonna go and do what the blue jay asked us to do and take on these pesky eagles. So we want to get as close as possible. What is our health? 57 and 80. 80, the one at the back. Probably best then to take on. Oh no, actually, it's the one at the back can call the other ones. I don't think the one at the front can. So the plan, if there ever was one. Oh.
Maybe I should stay crouched forever.
Mother! The plot's won! It speaks to me! Help!
I'm not gonna hurt you. I just wanted to say hello.
What a terrible idea! Get away!
Alright. That's me told. Shadowheart is still engaged in conversation with this one, so if we can sneak in behind, which we have, and then maybe topple, or maybe unable to make it unable to take a reaction, we want to stagger. In fact, this is about the right time to take a potion. So let's drink our strength potion, because these, like, I plan to stay alive for quite a wee while right now. Let's stagger. Okay. Done 29 damage. It's very good. Enemies also surprised. We can take a unarmed strike. We can do that twice, so we'll almost have it dead.
What should I do?
And then with Shadowheart, we can do Firebolt for 70%, 2 to 20 damage. Misses. That's alright. Stay where you are. Don't want to step you in any closer. Next, it's going to be... We'll do Topple again. Dead. That's one down. Step in on this one. Knock. And knock.
Talk to me.
Firebolt. That's alright. It's alright. Now they'll have a turn. So she can cast that for Bunda. She doesn't need to be right next to us. And I just want to read it again. So impose disadvantage on an ally's attacker, possibly causing their attack to miss. Has no effect on creatures that can't be blinded. So it's just saying the possibility of a miss, I suppose. They've rolled 24, they need 16 to hit. So we'll cause a reroll, and they hit still. So, doesn't matter. Because they're only on 18 health, I don't want to use any more of my key points. So, we'll just punch. And that's that. Important note to say, if you don't finish that fight that quickly, the big one here at the back, the Ancient Eagle, is able to call in 3, maybe 4 other eagles, and it just makes the fight all the more difficult. So get that one done as quickly as you can if you can surprise attack them. Then, in this nest, the ceremonial hammer, you want to pick that up. There's a dead kobold, doesn't really mean anything, and we've got the blue jay.
Glorious! Feathers bloody everywhere, mate! Feels good to be home in my nest.
Well, that's great. Where's my reward?
I'm sorry. I'm just a bird. I don't have things to give you. Although, when I escaped the eagles, I spotted something buried near that ferry dock. Might be worth a look.
Near that ferry dock? what does it mean by that? I saw something buried near that ferry dock. Cause right, so that's the River Chiontar there that it's the wee waterfall and all that, but what does it mean? Is it calling the gondola a ferry dock? I noticed something buried by that ferry dock. I've no clue. Might need to look that up. There's another thing that I'll need to look up, so spoiler alert here if you want to skip past. This thing, I think it was Bunda made the comment of this being, looks like a really powerful weapon. I know that you can use this weapon. I've seen the reaction of characters, Astarion mainly, because he's got a hilarious reaction to this, right? If you can look it up. I don't even want to hint at what it is that he says, but just type in something like Astarion reaction to Monastery. Yeah, Astarion reaction to Monastery probably will be enough to get you to somewhere on YouTube if you type that in. It's just so over the top, his reaction, and it's hilarious. And it's well deserved. See, when you figure out what you've actually done to him, it's well deserved, the reaction, but it's a good laugh. But you can use this, and I've got no clue how to. I would have thought the last time that I'd done this and actually complete the Blood of Lathander questline, I thought that's what would have been used to activate this, and it wasn't, because I just got the weapon. But maybe there was something after that I had to follow up on that I might end up getting to do this time. I'm back to blathering again. I'm going to just continue, start moving. I should move and talk and move. Wasting my time and yours. And I'm sure if you're 28 episodes into watching me play this game, you're probably enjoying yourself a bit, so you don't mind my blathering too much, hopefully not. I hate when that happens. If you've noticed it happen a few times, like my PC, I've got virus security, but it comes up every so often warning me that there might be something dodgy going on in the background. There never is. I always do the scans and stuff and it comes back clear. But it likes to constantly remind me. Yes, so we picked up that ceremonial hammer that was in the nest where the eagles were perched. There are 3 ceremonial items that you need to collect. And I'll show you where the other ones are. Holy Lance Helm Smite. Creatures who miss their attack rolls against the wearer must make a dexterity saving throw or take 1d4 radiant. Has Shadowheart got a good helmet? She's got the intellect band. That could be good for Shadowheart if yeah, I don't think she's using the intelligence the way that she should be. So we'll equip that, and then we will subsequently hide it, because it looks absolutely hideous on her. Equipment options. Yeah, it's changed now. Helmet to hide helmet. There we go. And then we'll go to Bunda, who doesn't have a helmet on, and we will equip the intellect helmet. So you look at Bunda's stats now. Strength 21 with a potion, dexterity 18, constitution 17, intelligence 17, wisdom 15, charisma 8. Such high stats though. Doing well. And so if I wanted to, I could start dumping some of his other stats and just plump them all into things like charisma if I wanted to. I don't know if you maybe noticed, I think it flashed up on the screen there, that next thing that we're going for. Can I not climb down these vines? Is that not the option? No. Where is the climb down part? Oh, that's right, it's on that over there. And you can't get to that. How is that I get down? Oh, do you know what? I know how to get down. Change my boots. Where is it? There's a Featherfall one. Yep, there we go. Featherfall. Follow me, Shadowheart. Click your heels 3 times. No place like home.
Maybe I should... No, this is good.
No place like home. There we go. And then we will change our boots back to the Nightwalker ones. There we go. Had to check something. Oh, actually, equipment. I have picked up one of the Githyanki crossbows. Ah, yeah, Shadowheart's got it. Ah, we're not proficient with them. Is Shadowheart?
I'm ready.
Because she's never used any of that stuff. She's not proficient with them either. What about longbows? Bow of the Banshee. On a hit, possibly inflict frightened. Gain a 1d4 bonus to attack damage against frightened creatures. Nice. Can Bunda use that? It does more damage than what we have currently. Well, no, sorry, it doesn't. It does higher low damage, but a lower high damage. Yeah, we'll equip it. Chance of getting frightened? Yeah. We'll take that. Okay, so we'll take us round here. So I was saying about the ceremonial items. One of them's through the door that we just passed there on the right, but there are multiple ways to get into that. This is the area where you need to bring those items to. So I am going to start with equipment. Ceremonial Warhammer will drop that item. I can't remember the order, but if you move them up onto these, it might knock you down. Now if it knocks you down, you've got it wrong. So just Ceremonial Warhammer, move, and then just toss it over here. Run after it. Ceremonial Warhammer, move. Up onto there. Knock down again, so we're in the wrong place. I'm just going to pick it up this time. Run over here. Get my health back. Equipment. Place on there. There you go. And it'll light up and it won't knock you down. So that means that that's in the right position. If we climb up here, head out this window, round this area, over the knotted tree, you'll see in here Guardian of Faith. Guardian of Faith is something that Shadowheart's going to be able to use soon as a spell. So you can call in this Guardian at 60 health. Anytime it attacks someone, the damage it deals is dealt to itself. So if it hits for 20, it'll lose 20 health. But it's quite powerful. It is quite a powerful spell to cast in a sense, because it can do up to 60 damage if it doesn't get attacked itself, which it will. So we're going to head on in.
I don't need any attention right
Try and sneak in if we can. It's not going to be possible, is it? I wonder, can we move that? No. Okay.
Free for the taking.
And then if we jump in, it's going to notice us, isn't it?
A Guardian of Faith spell.
No?
And a remarkably long-lasting one at that.
Okay. Right. Let me just run in behind it and start punching it. Yeah. Shadowheart. Nice one.
Sometimes
Back
the
to
only
Bunda.
way out is through.
Now it's surprised, so it's going to miss its turn here. There you go. Right, so it just attacked me for 10 as a reaction. So we've lost 10 health there, but it also lost 10. Bring it down to 8. We should have an unarmed strike. And that finishes it off. Easily done. We search this area and we find ceremonial battle axe. So that is ceremonial item number 2. Now, the third item. First time I played this game, I had to look it up because I was curious about this, what it was that it was doing, why there were these ceremonial items around, and you could place them on the pedestals, but there wasn't a third one. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I feel like I searched quite thoroughly. Turns out I had, because I'd already actually picked up the item. It was downstairs, and it's not called a ceremonial item. Oh, that's right, we can break down this wall here. You can just punch it, I'm that strong. Okay, yep. So, you want to head down these stairs. This is the area that we jumped down from. If you remember when we were up on the roof earlier, we jumped down.
Stand your ground! Keep them busy!
And that bust speaks to us. Oh,
Something over there.
she just said something about the lance. I wonder if it's her that you use to activate it. The Lance of Lathander. I don't know, sounds right. She has some kind of enchantment on her. So, the third ceremonial item is over here. So it's the rusty mace. I think they used to keep it on that skeleton, now it's just lying on the ground here maybe. Or maybe it was always on the ground, I can't remember. But yeah, so you've got the Warhammer, mace, and whatever the other one was, battle axe. They're the three ceremonial items, and there's a long sword that's already on one of the pedestals. So if you put them all on in the right area, you will be able to open up. It's just a wee ducat at the back, really. It's nothing special, but it has notes in it, and I believe a pendant that you need to use. We'll do it just now. So I believe, given that we climbed through this window, that this will be the window for the battle axe. How wrong am I? What do I know? Equipment, rusty mace, place in world on there. Okay.
Looks like any regular weapons I have work here too.
And place in world up on there. And then you see this wee area opens up with the pouch. Yeah, so note to the next Dawn Master. To the next Dawn Master, I don't think we're going to make it, but the blood is secure. We closed it off with magic. Only one of our own can take it. If anyone else tries, the walls will fall, and they won't get out of here alive. Should that happen, pray for Rosymorn Monastery. But do not mourn. It's for the best. In death, new life, always.
This blood sounds important. Could it still be here somewhere?
Then we have the Dawn Master's crest. This unusually shaped crest bears the markings of Lathanderian High Priest, but its practical function is unclear. Let me head out here for now. I was gonna say I'll take a short rest to get my health back. I might just take a potion. Do I do one big potion? One of these? There we go, full health. Holy water. Don't mind if I do. It would be good if there are any devils or demons around. Hell Giant Fingers, nice. That'll get us some Hell Giant Strength potions. Scroll of Revivify in here. It's not really going to be very useful to us, but it's another thing that we can unlock. I think we get a bit of experience for this. Take the scroll. There we go. How far off? Oh, we're halfway through level 6. Level 6? Level 6, yep. If I can be level 7, level 7 before going to Act 2, that would be incredible. But I think it might just be level 6 and then we'll get a level up once we're in there. Oh. Okay, so that's really the first area, the first section of the monastery complete. We don't actually meet any of the Githyanki at this point in time. We have of course seen them at the entrance, but we're not quite into the creche part of the monastery. We've had a few scraps against the kobolds, against the eagles, and we have completed the first phase of the Blood of Lathander questline. So the next section is going to be going down into the basement of the monastery, just through this area here. There's some more XP for us. How does that do? Not much. Not much at all. But yeah, I don't plan to do that in this episode. It's going to be the next one. currently at 20 to 1 in the morning right now, so I think my plan is probably going to be to get some sleep. I don't start till later on in the evening tomorrow, but I'd still rather not mess up my sleep schedule too far. So we're at this area here. I'm just going to read you off some of the lore for Lathander, as well as grabbing some of these coins here. Here we go.
The blood of Lathander, spilled in holy battle with Samaster, immortalized here for all to worship.
There we go. So it's this statue here.
So they kept the blood of Lathander here. No wonder it was loot. That's the Githyanki blade if ever I saw one.
So a Githyanki longswords here, which might actually be better at some point if we do decide to change to using weapons for combat. Of course we are monk right now, so that's not going to be the case. But yeah, starting to see a real blend of the blood of Lathander in the monastery, clues being left around, as well as evidence of the Githyanki being somewhere nearby. I think that's everything. Oh, we'll mine up this here, because it's just down those stairs and that takes us into the Githyanki creche, so I'm just going to loot this. There we go. Yeah, nothing great. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We've not really done too much, but there'll be plenty more fighting in this next episode, a wee bit of stealth too. I hope you're looking forward to that, and I'll see you in the next one.